Hello again, everyone. I'm Nate Kean, and welcome to the Mortgage Podcast. Today we're going to talk about a topic I get asked about quite a bit, prepayment penalties for option arm loans. Last December, we did a podcast explaining how the option arm loan works. Those are the programs where each month's bill gives you an option of 4 different payments, including a deferred interest payment. I have a lot of people who love them, but I do get calls sometimes from people who tell me they went to another broker, and now they realize that they didn't quite understand how the program works, and they want out of it, but they have a prepayment penalty. In today's episode, we will talk about whether it is worth it to refi out of an option arm that has a prepay. Let's first understand how a prepay works. In a refinance, you don't pay the penalty out of pocket. The prepayment penalty is tacked on to the balance owed on your home, so if you sell your house before it's paid off, the prepay is deducted from your sales price. For example, if you had a $1,000 prepay, you will end up with $1,000 less when you sell your home. However, keep in mind that because your refi is saving you money, the amount you pay out is less once you factor in your overall savings. You also save money from the 1 or 2 payments you skip during the refi. A lot of people don't realize this right away, and once they crunch the numbers, they see that the penalty is not as bad as they thought. You also need to keep in mind that when you pay less than the interest-only payment, you are tacking on money to your total balance on your home. If you pay the interest-only payment, you don't add anything to your balance, and if you pay principal and interest, your balance gets lower. Therefore, in order to avoid deferring that interest, you need to pay the interest-only payment option, which is usually at a higher rate in payment than interest-only loan programs that don't give you the low payment option. If you plan to stay in the house and want to refinance out of an option arm to a new loan with a lower payment, add up your monthly savings and then compare that to the prepayment penalty. Once you see how your savings stack up, you will see that you really are not losing as much as you might think by paying your prepay. Just remember, you might end up with a slightly higher balance because of the tacked on prepay money, but by staying in that loan and continuing to pay the monthly minimum payment, you will tack even more money to your balance. And if you pay the interest-only payment on a new loan to offset the deferred interest, wouldn't you rather pay that interest-only payment at a lower rate? When all is said and done, you may just find out that the prepay is actually not so bad after all. For more information on option arms and other loans, feel free to call in at 1-800-991-9575. That's 1-800-991-9575. I'm extension 202. For the Mortgage Podcast, this is Nate Kean.